Hey everybody, David Essel back with you today, and I've got this amazing story to share with you, and it happens to be about compassion. It also happens to be about my brother Terry, who I love deeply, and I think at the end of the story you just might feel the same way. I was talking to him the other day and he was recalling something that happened recently. He had a recliner chair that he wanted to sell, and he and his wife had gotten new furniture, and so he put it on Craigslist. And in the process of putting it on Craigslist, he thought, I'll just put it at a very low price and get rid of it. And within seconds of it being on Craigslist, he got an email from someone saying, I could really use this and my wife isn't feeling well. And then the guy went on a little bit and he said, and by the way, could you deliver it? Now, my brother's reading this email saying, wait a minute, the guy lives an hour away and this is like, a few dollars is all I'm asking for this thing, and he wants me to deliver it. And of course, the very first thing that went through his mind was, this is probably some kind of a prank. It's probably some kids fooling around and just seeing if, they could get someone to drive an hour out of the way. So my brother says, if you're serious about this, go ahead and send me your number or call me. So seconds later, the guy calls, and he went in and told my brother, I'll be honest with you, my wife is extremely ill, and we really need this recliner, but we live an hour away from you, and I just don't have any access in any way to get there. So my brother thought about it, and then that next day, early the next morning, he decided to go ahead and make the delivery. So he drives up and he comes to this, way out in the country, he comes to this driveway and he goes down the driveway to a trailer. And he decides, maybe this is a good thing. Maybe these people really do need it. And he gets out and he knocks on the door and the guy answers and he says, sure, come on in. And he comes in, and the next sight he sees opened his heart and made him realize why he listened to God's call to be incredibly compassionate and to go way out of his way to help someone. This gentleman's wife, who was being treated for cancer, had no legs. And the couch she was sitting on didn't allow her to be propped up in a seated position or a lying position. It was just the couch, and there was all kinds of pillows behind her, and she couldn't prop herself up because she had no legs. My brother's heart opened wider than ever. And he said that he knew at that moment he was doing, obviously, the right thing, but more importantly, he was listening to God's call for compassion for all of us. So he delivers the chair, the recliner, and the guy thanks him and gives him, the few dollars. My brother's driving out the driveway, and he decides to stop, and he takes an envelope out and puts most of the money in the envelope and puts it in the mailbox with a note saying, I see you really do need this, and I'm glad I could help you, and take this money to buy yourself a pizza or something for dinner. So my brother's driving home, and I call him, and he recalls the story that had just happened. And I thought, we need to share these messages via the internet about compassion, about the difference we can make. Most of us probably would have gotten that call and said, wait a minute, I'm charging you just a few dollars for this thing. It's in great condition, and you want me to drive it an hour to you? What are you, insane? And hung up. Seriously. Most of us would have not gone out of their way. And my brother hesitated for a second, but then he listened to the call of God. He listened to the call that said, this is important for you to do this, to get out of your own way, to do something for humanity that you normally would not do. This is the time for you to rise above yourself, to get outside of your comfort zone, to get outside of what's important to you and what's easy for you. This is the time for you to rise above and to move into that whole concept of serving human beings, which is why we're here. I hope that this story has moved you like it moved me and it moved my brother, and that you'll make a choice today to be more compassionate and look for ways to be more compassionate to those around you, maybe by volunteering somewhere or saying yes when you don't feel like doing something for a friend, or you might even be able to deliver a piece of furniture to someone that says, I'd love it, but I can't get there. Keep this story in mind. If I can help you in any way, as a life coach, as a business coach, as a minister, go to talkdavid.com. We have all kinds of things there we offer for free. Our blog has over 250 articles on it. Of course, we have, I don't know how many YouTube videos on personal growth and success and spirituality, just like this. You can actually even join the YouTube channel that we have, and you can have these sent directly to your email box. But let's continue to make a difference in this world. And if I can help you, contact me via talkdavid.com. I hope you'll have the most compassionate day ever. Bye-bye now.